Okay, good afternoon, World Coin Talk community. Today we have an AMA with Soccer Infinity, and here to talk about that is Spaceman Bob. So if we can just start maybe with a bit of your background in crypto.
Yes, so thank you for having me on, guys. Love being on Whale Coin Talk. Yeah, so a bit about myself. I started in crypto in 2018, then kind of stopped and came back onto the BSC chain around a little under a year ago. My kind of experience of it for the first couple months was essentially being rugged and scammed left, right, and center. What I kind of found out is that I wanted to do something around bringing safe projects to people. And I also saw a major thing, which was that a lot of projects that were actually good had a problem with actually people having somebody who could clearly present the projects. And so I kind of found that was a bit of a niche for me. So essentially now I mainly do communications for projects, and so essentially presenting them to the community, and then a bit of animation in groups. Basically my kind of what I see as my role is to present the projects to you guys and to to make sure, or as sure as possible, that the projects are as safe as they can be. So for example, for Soccer Infinity, I've worked with the person that heads up the marketing, so I'm pretty confident in them. And then basically the actual people that are running the project, there are two people that are running the project in the background, and both of them have KYC'd with me. And that means that basically I hold their identities, as in the copy of their IDs. They have one of them has already sent me a video holding his ID, so I can and stating that he is the person that runs the projects. They're actually going to send me. I'm asking them to do the same process that the Pink Sail team does, which is that they're going to be sending me a video when they get it done, because they haven't released the contracts, so it needs to be done once they've released the contracts. But they're going to be sending me a video essentially of them stating their name, they're holding their ID, saying that they are the dev of the project and control, and then they'll show me on the screen basically in this video and recording the wallets that they are the contract, the token contract, essentially, and that they're in control of it like that. It's essentially, and basically the idea is that guarantees that if there is a scam or anything, it's we can basically that information gets published. Now, what's important to know is outside of that is that this team was brought to me from somebody that I know. I really like the project, and what I like most about the project is that there is no waiting time. So we can actually see that they've spent time developing this beforehand, and so they have a real product that you guys can get your hands on straight away after launch. I myself will be getting a little sneak peek of it right after this call. I'm going to spend some time on the testnet trying it out. But yeah, so
Cool.
That's a bit about myself, and I guess a bit of a tiny introduction of the project without giving you too much information about it yet.
Awesome. Yeah, so if we could just go into the tokenomics for Soccer Infinity, that'd be great.
Yeah, so just a bit of background. So Soccer Infinity is a blockchain football / soccer game. So the project itself consists of, it's a play to earn game. There's a token. There's going to be a marketplace, and through that marketplace you can purchase in-game collectibles. So essentially those collectibles will be the players. They will, and then there's going to be some balls that are also available for collectibles. Those players are essentially, I think, the best. Am I allowed to post in the group? I think that this basically shows the power of it.
Yeah, if XOXO can give you admin rights, you can post it.
Okay, yes, he already posted the video. That's good.
Yeah,
No,
it
but
looks
that's
awesome.
okay.
It's a bit
Actually,
like tabletop football, like soccer, yeah.
yeah.
In a way, but on the website, yeah. And then you've got like NFTs are going to be the players, and you're going to be rarities. How many are going to sort of would the investors mint them? How's that going to work?
Yeah. So the way that works is it's going to be so also available on launch is going to be the loot box system. So the loot box system basically will cost 4,500 SOSIN per NFT. That is roundabout. I just got the updated values, so I'm just going to do the math quickly. Yeah, it's around. It's 1 BNB. Well, sorry, not 1 BNB. 0.01 BNB. So it's going to be at listing price, right? Like that might go up quite quickly. But hence, we're here to talk about a pre-sale. It's yeah. So basically, what you'll need to have is, in order to play the game, you'll need to have your to have minted 5 NFTs. So so you're looking at, like, in order to play, you're looking at an investment of 0.05 BNB. Which, and what's the dollar value of that? It's like $20.
Yeah.
0.05.
So is it 5-a-side, the soccer game? Yeah.
Exactly, it's 5-a-side. Yeah. So essentially, you'll mint your 5 characters or your 5 players, and then you'll be able to set them up. They, depending on the rarity, they have a different. So you'll have everything from your common player all the way to your unique player. Depending on your rarity, your team will have a certain skill set. You'll be able to set up your attack, midfield, and defense. And then the side of it is you can customize things like the ball. You can go and mint a golden football if you want, and things like this. And then when you so that's it's, for me, I mean, this is like, what's so cool is that you're going to be able to kind of interact. You don't have to wait. It's literally like, this is launching on the 14th, and on the 14th you can basically have your players and play the game. So it's I'm personally excited about getting my hands on it. It's going to be available for web and iPhone and
iPhone and Android as well.
Android, exactly. So that's another neat little feature that they're going to be doing early on. Basically, so it is a play to earn. So when you win, you will win approximately 800 to 1,000 SOSIN, which over time could accrue to a certain value. You have the ability to build your team, customize the inventory, and then there's another part of it, which is actually you get to stake your SOSIN. They have a staking feature, which will be so. They won't be, my understanding is that won't be released immediately. It will be released. They do want to have some kind of incremental releases and not just be like, hey, here's the whole package, we're done. So they will be releasing that. There is, so minting of new players will be based on the number of participants, and obviously with that, the rarer players will be minted more rarely. So yeah, the game. Sorry, go ahead.
So how does the 5-a-side game work? Is it like so many minutes, 5 or 10 minutes each half, and it's not like the 90 minutes of an 11-a-side game?
No, the exact minutes I don't have. I can, how many minutes per game? I can ask that to the team right now, and I'll get back to you.
Right, cool. And then how many NFTs are going to be minted? Is it like 1,000 series or 10,000?
No, they'll remint as more participants come in. So there's no limit, but obviously with the minting, the rarity will be when NFT is minted, there will only be a certain percentage chance, for example, that a unique NFT is minted.
Right. And can you level up your players as they gain experience playing the game, or?
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
Can you level up your players, as they play more games to get more experience and get better, you know, higher sort of stats? Or...
Yeah, as far as I understand, you can. There is a leveling up mechanism
Cool.
within the. Yeah, I'm just trying to load it up right now, just so that I can give you some more info. Yeah, you get experience points on your players.
Got you. Yeah, oh, that's great.
And yeah, and then basically you also have two different modes, which is you'll have so I can give you the answer to your question. There's the so player versus kind of environment, which is, you know, versus machine, which is a 1 minute game, and then you have your PvP, which is a 3 minute game.
Cool. Is it 2 halves or just 1 and 3 minutes per game? Yeah.
No, I think it's 3 minutes per game.
Right. And what's the amount you're sort of betting to win the match?
Well, I mean, if you can win 800 to 1,000 SOSIN, so I doubt you're putting in more than that.
Okay, cool. And how much is it to play the game? That's 8 to 1,000. You're saying, yeah, and then the winner takes all.
Yeah, winner takes all.
Awesome. Is there a fee on the side so that can go towards marketing and promoting the Soccer Infinity ecosystem?
As far as I'm aware, there isn't, but I might stand corrected.
And are they building another token after this one, like an ecosystem? Soccer balls coming next?
Yeah, so they are building soccer balls. I actually didn't manage to get any info about the second token yet. But yeah, there is I think, you know, it is their kind of, I think it's one of the I'm going to say, I'll present it as a challenge, but it's not like it's already, I think it speaks to what the team has already done, is that, you know, when you have most projects come out and it's like, hey, in 1 month you get a video game. Here it's like, hey guys, here's the video game, go play. So you know, the kind of when I was discussing a bit with them, I was like, so what's the roadmap? And they're like, well, you know, the roadmap is launch. And then there's there's the roadmap doesn't have the kind of, you know, build the game part into it.
So on launch, the beta version will be there for investors to play, yeah.
No, so the not even the beta, the game will be there for investors to play at launch. Yeah, that's what I was saying, is that I'm actually going to be trying the game right after. I'm supposed to get some demo tokens from the testnet in order to give the game a go, so I can experience it a bit more hands-on, so that I can tell the communities a bit more about how it is playing it, how the actual gameplay is. Yeah, so it's it's going to be, I think it's really fun. Just once again, the fact that it's already out there, there's like, it's already set up. In terms of the roadmap, so there is like, they did have a private sale there, so the pre-sale is on the 14th. That will be on Pink Sale, with whom they have KYC'd or in the process of KYCing. Which will mean that they will have the little KYC badge on the pre-sale, and then basically they will be doing the public sale. And in terms of their targets, because they already have the game out there at that point when they launch, it's going to be more focused on, you know, solidifying around exchanges, and then delivering more players, new players, collectibles, and things like this.
Awesome. And then when will the NFTs launch, and then where can the investors go to purchase their football team, soccer team? Yeah,
so it'll be at the same time. So you'll have the loot box and the game that will be available. So you'll be able at launch to go using your tokens. You'll be able to purchase your NFTs, and then basically you'll be able to start playing with those NFTs. Great.
And also they're looking at an RPG game in the future as well, are they?
That is the information that I don't have at this point. It was difficult to get in contact with the team, so I've been just speaking with them for the last 20-30 minutes, sending them questions.
No problem. But what happens if you get a draw as well? What happens there?
I think everybody gets their money back.
All right, cool. Yeah,
that would be my imagination. Hopefully, the house doesn't take everything.
Yeah, so there'll be a couple of percent towards Soccer Infinity's ecosystem building to save for the future, and offer prizes and things like that to the investors. Yeah.
So I'm being told that the initial fee is just the NFTs. Once they're playing the game, it's a completely play to earn. There's no my understanding is that there's no fee for like no betting fee. So in terms of the second token that you asked about before, it's an in-game resource, basically around players being able to generate tokens.
Cool. And will you be able to advertise in the game on Android and iOS in the future? They're going to maybe build that into the game, yeah.
Advertising revenue, it's definitely something that they should look into. It's I think right now, the main kind of the marketing funds are going to come from. It's actually so it's a very simple token. In terms of there's going to be a 5% tax on it, which goes to marketing. And so it's a very low volume, low tax token, which is really cool, I find. So that will be going to marketing. Everything else will be available on the open market. And there's basically the only thing is for the first 24 hours, they will sell. There'll be a 15% tax to basically disincentivize people from taking profits early. There's also, and I feel that this is very important to note, and I didn't want to forget it, which is that if you do participate in the pre-sale, which is so basically the same rules will apply for people that participated in the pre-sale and the private sale. And those rules are that basically 50% of the tokens will be locked for 1 month. And that is basically, so you'll have access to 50% of your tokens immediately and 50% after 1 month. That's essentially to limit kind of a pre-sale dump after.
And do you get any rewards for holding them like a stake?
I do believe that you will be getting you will be getting rewards during that time for they should be in the actual staking or farming pool, if you wish.
Awesome. And whereabouts is the staking taking place? Is it taking place on the website or with a partnership with someone? Or?
No, it looks like it is taking place right on the website. There's actually a section called I think if you sign in, if you connect your wallet, there's a section called mining, which is where you basically stake your Soccer Infinity, and they have a pool set aside of 21% of the total tokens of the total supply is in this staking farm, and so you'll be able to get it right there by putting it into that pool. That's.
I have a question about the liquidity.
Yeah, we've not got to that point yet. Oh, it's Lidizzle, sorry. I thought it was one of the investors. Go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry, go for it.
No, you're right, yeah.
There's 5% tax. How are you going to beef up the liquidity if that's all going to marketing?
That is a good question, actually. I will ask that right now.
Yeah, and what sort of security have they built around the staking feature, like a vault? So, what they built in there when you stake your tokens?
So all these are good questions. I'm going to ask them. They'll hopefully get back to me around then.
Yeah, move on to something else.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, just to finish on the pre-sale, it's got a soft cap of 250 and a hard cap of 500. with a min of 0.1 and a max of 1.5. So what I think is really cool is that they're clearly really trying to aim for a very wide audience, which will give kind of a good stability, because it means you don't have any huge holders. And yeah, I personally like that. In terms of the kind of distribution of the total supply, so the total supply has 1 billion tokens, and basically, so 5.5% of that will go to the private sale. That is basically fits with the kind of 50% available immediately, 50% in 1 month, which is actually paying out at it's actually not 1 month, it's 12.5% per week. So you'll be able to basically cash out, quote unquote, or have access to those funds on a weekly basis.
I don't think it's been done much before, where yeah, you only get the 50% of the tokens, and then over the month, as you get more and more involved with the gaming side, then it's less likely that investors are going to sell, and you get diamond hand holders. That'd be great for the project.
That's exactly what the idea is, right? And it's also, I think they've put in so much energy into actually, getting it to a point where you're going to be able to interact and play on the first day, that like all their costs have been upfront, right? And I understand that they want to de-risk, and from having kind of either a botted pre-sale or a some kind of bad actor intervening and dumping the token, which then would impact the kind of the project success. So I think that they're just de-risking from that, and I think it's a good. I like the opportunity, putting people in a position where it's like, hey, you can invest in this, and you'll get some. You'll have the ability to do what you want with 50% of your tokens, but the other 50, they stay locked. And it's 1 month is not a long period for like once again, I think as soon in crypto and BSC that seems like long, but as soon as you kind of step out into the real world, you go like, what investment where it's like your tokens are locked or something is locked for 1 month? It's like nothing. Normally when you invest for years.
Yeah, and then just going back to the game, it's 800 to 1,000 to play to win. Can that be adjusted in the future if the price moves to 50, 100 million market cap sort of thing? Because it might get more expensive to play the game.
Yeah, I think that's it's kind of yeah. I'm guessing they will adapt the price of the to make the kind of NFTs, initial NFTs, more accessible. But at the same time, you want like the NFTs themselves might be gaining in value, and so it's you don't want to also make the NFTs if you readjust the loot box price, then you're essentially also readjusting people's investments that they've made in the past to NFTs, right?
And then will there be an NFT marketplace to sell your rare players if you want to, and swap around, and because everyone likes transfers. You could have it as a transfer market like they do in soccer in the UK.
Yeah, and so I'm just being told that there is a and to respond to your LP question, so there is actually a tax, and I'm trying to find in the white paper where that tax is described on the P2P games. Here we go, maybe it's there. No, there is a small tax on the P2P games, which will go into LP.
Okay, fair enough. And what was they do right back about the security of the staking?
In PvP, when the game starts, the system will automatically keep the player's money. No, but that's not what I'm asking. I think that when I asked initially, because my question was, I actually asked them a question around how the staking, it's a lot of they have, what is it, 21%, as I said, which is of the supply, which is going to be, you know, in staking. And so my question to them was like, well, how do you secure that, you know, how do you tell the community? Because with the play to earn, there's 30% of the token supply which is in play to earn, and 20% which is in the farm, yeah, which means that essentially that's 50% of the supply. So my question to them was like, how do you explain to the community that you're not going to just, you know, you might have locked all the other wallets, but if these aren't locked, then basically how do you want the community to trust in you? And what they told me is that essentially the play to earn and the farm, it's the funds are managed by the contract and not by themselves, so they don't have access to those funds.
Right, got you. And yeah, so I could move on to marketing. Obviously, word of mouth is going to be quite super for a soccer game. That's going to spread around the crypto pretty rapidly. But yeah, and your other marketing plans after the launch and pre-launch, yeah.
Yeah, I think the initial marketing plans are, you know, if you work with, you know, the people I work with, you know, that we get CMC very quickly, and CoinGecko. So that's just kind of to beef up the presence of the token. It's the way to get like the mass crypto movement behind it. Then there's going to be targeting a lot more of like the intersection of like crypto gaming accounts on like Twitter. So getting accounts which are generally actually smaller followers, but more like, you know, real followers as opposed to those crypto Twitter people who just tweet for bots. Here it's like, you know, there's smaller communities of people that are specifically looking to game in the crypto space. So do reach outs to them. And then also to do some actual, you know, on proper gaming websites, whether that's crypto gaming or just standard gaming, to kind of show people that this is an option, and that hopefully drive some actual people that are in normal gaming into crypto world.
Cool. And so is the iOS and Android going to be an app on Google Play and Apple Store? Or are you going to play it first on a website and then they're actually building the apps for the game as well, the smartphones?
So I think that they should be available. They'll probably, I don't know if they'll be available ASAP, but they should be, as in at launch they might not be available. But they should be available pretty quickly. Cool.
But then, yeah, in the meantime, you can play it on the website anyway, so that's fine. So, yeah, has any of the team doxed KYC through the pre-sale, probably with Pink Sale, yeah, and audits for the projects as well, yeah?
So regarding the doxing, they've done KYC with Pink Sale, or they're in the process of finalizing KYC with Pink Sale, because I'm actually going to be hosting, well, not hosting, but attending, presenting at on the Pink Sale AMA forum, and so they're going to be finalizing the Pink Sale KYC. They're finalizing the KYC with me. So yeah, that's kind of the maximum, I think, extent that you can get to in terms of the team kind of saying, hey, this is who we are. And then regarding the audit, I'm just asking right now. Yeah, so and just regarding Android and iOS, right now it's going to be accessible on the website, and then soon on the app market, on the app stores.
Very exciting, yeah. So yeah, I can open it up to the rest of the community. If anyone's got any questions for Spaceman Bob or the team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if we can learn more about how the liquidity is going to get beefed up. Is it possible we can find more information about that? Because my concern is with the low liquidity, it may be very volatile, which could cause issues.
Agreed. I will ask. I'll try and get back to you on that before the session ends.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can just let me know and I can report back to the community.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah. Sorry, who's speaking? So I can.
Yeah, this is
yeah.
You can. Yeah, we talk often. You can reach out to me.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone got any questions for Spaceman Bob about Soccer Infinity or the team? No. Well, maybe we've covered most of it. It's not our peak time at this time, but yeah, we've had a good attendance. So if there's anything you need to go over or recap, yeah, at the end here, and then I can finish the record and send a copy over to you, Spaceman Bob. It looks a really interesting project. I'm looking forward to trying out the game myself. Yeah, and the pre-sale. Is there any chance of people winning whitelist spots if they join the Telegram group?
That is, I am literally that. I thought of that question about a minute ago, and so I'm waiting for a response.
Okay.
Yeah, the marketing head is typing, so we'll keep each other in suspense.
Yeah.
But okay, I can just do a quick recap. So basically, Soccer Infinity pre-sale on the 14th. It's a blockchain soccer / football game. Play to earn. You need to basically at launch you'll have the loot boxes available. You'll need to buy 5 loot boxes or 5 NFTs in order to be able to build your initial team. Each NFT at listing price will be around 4,500 SOSN, which is their token, which means that it's 0.01 BNB once again at listing. You'll be able to build your players up. They're based on real players. So, whether it's Mbappe, Courtois, and things like this, it'll be fun. You can really build out your own players, your own team there. So it is play to earn. You'll be able to earn 800 to 1,000 SOSN per game. That's if you win, obviously. There'll be a staking feature available so that you can stake your tokens. It will first be available on web, then on iPhone and Android. We'll be minting new players and designing new players as the time goes on. So you'll always have access. If there's kind of a new starlet, we can create a player around that in the NFT game. There was a private sale. There's a pre-sale on the 14th. That's 250 soft cap, 500 hard cap, min of 0.1, max of 1.5. What's important to note is that 50% of your tokens will be locked for 1 month. And then that's basically the high level overview. Yeah, I'm super excited about this personally. I want to see where this goes. I think there's a lot of learning. I'm happy to kind of see the launch of a game on the day that it's actually the token is being released. I think it's going to be really interesting.
And will they look to go cross-train with the NFTs in the future, like Ethereum and Solana blockchain, Polygon?
Yes, sorry, I completely forgot to mention that. So they do plan on going cross-chain pretty quickly, initially to this new Phantom chain, and then over to they initially wanted to release on Ethereum, but the gas fees are so expensive that they decided to not do it there and to go to the BSC. But yes, they do plan. They do have the ability to go cross-chain, and they do plan on doing that relatively soon. So I think that's what's cool there is that, if you look at this strictly from an investment perspective, like A, you're getting in at kind of the bottom, and then B, the plans of growing cross-chain just introduces it to a completely new audience very quickly.
Yeah, exciting stuff. And did they get back to you on the whitelist options, if any of the investors can?
Yes, they did. So basically, I have 4 whitelist spots. I think you know how to give those away best. The only way, though, that we what you guys need to do in order to even be accepted as a potential whitelist participant is fulfill the whitelist link, the sweepstakes. If you don't, unfortunately, even if you get whitelisted here, you won't be able to make it. I will post the sweepstakes in. Am I allowed to post a link in here?
Yeah, let me unlock it.
No, it's unlocked for me, but it's more like yesterday. I was doing an AMA and I posted a link, and it was like next thing I was kicked out.
Oh no, we won't do that to you, Spaceman Bob. You're part of the team here. We're hoping for more AMAs in the future with you. Yeah. No,
it wasn't the team; it was the bot.
Right. Yeah.
Which automatically kicked me out.
Did made you an admin? Yeah, you're safe. Yeah, you're safe.
Hello.
Hello, Workcoin Talk Master. Got a question?
I just have a question. Are there any copyright not?
Are there any copyright issues? I'm sure that we could come up with many copyright issues. I'm sure that there are ways, there's officially an official and unofficial merchandise in terms of like using of the players' names and things like this. I think that, potentially there are copyright issues. I think that in, BSC is the Wild West. And I don't think the team has come this far to start wondering about these type of issues.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe I think it's pretty safe in the UK because there's fantasy football leagues, that use the Man United name and Liverpool. It's not a problem. I think, it's just how you sort of mint the NFTs and use players' names and stuff. Yeah, you can just sort of slightly change things and avoid any sort of copyright issues in that respect. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, once again, I'm sure that it's one of those things. I think this whole gaming crypto space is quite new. I know there are things like on, for example, the Flow chain. They go out and they actually have officially licensed merchandise, NFTs and things like that. We're not at that kind of level yet.
Yeah. So has anyone got any questions for Spaceman Bob? Someone's got a hand up there. Hot Dog Crypto, you got a question?
What's up, man? So I actually hopped in a little late. I'm sorry if you already touched upon this, but I'm just wondering, in your ecosystem, if it's going to be the native token that's used in the things like the marketplace as potential rewards for PvP and PvE, for upgrading your cards, that type of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, within the ecosystem, it is the token that rules. It's not BNB or any other token.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem.
Great. So did you say there's 4 to give away to the community here for the whitelist?
Yes.
We could give a few away on Twitter and a few away on the Telegram, probably. Yeah. I'll see how the team want to. Give them out to the AMA. So I think we've covered everything. I don't think there's any more questions. It's great to see you again, Spaceman Bob. It's really, really interesting project. And like you say, it's great that they've got the game going straight out the gate when it launches. So it's going to build some really excitement with investors, and I'm sure a lot of our community are going to get invested in Soccer Infinity. So I'll finish the record and send a copy over for you to share with your Telegram. Thanks again for coming. A great project.
Thank you. No, thank you for hosting me. Always a pleasure. And I look forward to being back here soon.